Question is, what is the digital site survey? Automatically that comes up is what's the analog site survey. The analog site survey is when somebody goes on site, a manager, a technician, a designer, or doesn't matter, IT, from IT principal or from the construction or from the building management. And they have a large set of drawing with them in order to be able to go to different location, and also usually they take notes of different kind. They use their mobile phone to take pictures in order to be able to communicate. This communication can happen in two levels. If it's a brand new construction or brand new building, usually one wants to document what things are going to go there in different location. And basically, in a given floor plan, one wants to know, for example, where the speaker goes here, or in some case would be where the camera goes up in this location. And that is the purpose of it. Now, sometimes this is done on what is called a brand new building or brand new facility, but sometimes happening in the existing one. And why the existing one? Many times management, they want to know what they have on site, and if they have a relocation coming up, how many of those hardware or assets they're going to move from point A to B, from the old building to the new building. Sometimes construction managers, they use this thing in order to know and document the things are not finished. Therefore, really, different principle can use different. Therefore, in digital site survey, one uploads the floor plan and the name of the clients and the project, and pass it to pre-design that we also can call it a site survey. In the site survey, basically, one shows up, no more paperwork. We already know what icons we want to have, and one can add to these icons and start assigning different so-called, I'm going to actually go ahead and put a camera in this location. And start documenting this. As you notice that when you document, you don't need to write down anything. You can put some information here, and you can also record, and it says, okay, this camera is done on a front, and the ceiling is acoustic, and the wall is sheetrock. Also, one can take a picture. And in this case, I'm sitting here, but the picture could be picture of the corner of the, I'm taking this up. As you notice, I'm using a desktop, but usually the site survey is done using a tablet or a mobile phone. The area that this covers, it's more than just information. It can cover quite a bit more. And in this case, I should not put 100 feet. I'm going to just put maybe 10 feet. And then we are able to go ahead and really focus and have some more information regarding every icons that is going to be there. And as I mentioned, you can add more icon. In this case, one might say one needs a lift. And if the IDF is located somewhere, say in this case here, and somewhere here, the IDF is going to be here. And as you notice that even one can select and come up with where the cable goes. And in this case, add a cable. Of course, the cable got to come this way, and then add a line, and we can go ahead and start moving the cable that is here, and my apology, to the IDF. And as you notice, the distances are calculated, the color can be changed. Therefore, there are a lot of control here. Let's go back to origin. Therefore, in a site survey, one can document the best. But when it passes to design, design is going to take a look at the site survey. If anything is missing, anything needs to be added. And the net result of it is the drawing gets updated. And the drawing that it gets updated, it has all the information documented. How many of this is on the floor, and what are the colors, where's the height, locations, whatever it is, this data is under the control. Therefore, when we go back to the design, all the component is going to get set. Usually design happens in an office. Then it passes to estimate. An estimator job is to take a look at this information, take a look at the distances, and come up with a design estimate and proposal. In WiseEyes, there are pre-made templates for the proposal. In deployment, once everything is signed off, one can go ahead and get assign technicians to each of the components. Say, in this case, the cameras are going to be installed by Group A, and the date that it goes with it, so as cables, and so as IDF setups, and so. As you notice, there is availability for leaving notes, and it's not about only hardware, it's about notes. There are icons for desks and many other so-called elements or icons. The interesting part of this is actually the live built, or what we call it the as built, is this document passed to the client, that the client at all time they know what they have received, what type of assets they got, and they can go ahead and basically look at everything within the environment, focusing and go down to, and everything has labels and numbers, and be able to manage a couple of things. First of all, make sure that they have received what they asked. And also there would be a sign-off process that says, okay, at this stage, everything is as we requested. And in future, if they need to go ahead and do a service ticket, they can easily go to the floor plan and send a request for move, add changes, and by just clicking and just sending the request that they have. This way, you see that the lifespan, or the so-called from start to the end, a digital floor plan or digital site survey can be a great help, because then you have the overall ecosystem, all the players, plus one can see the life of a project from the very beginning to the last, and the pictures before, during, and after installation. Thank you.